than what you've been doing. And so we've got to very, very quickly replace, some things that you do for other teams.
And it's still not going, and the putback from Collier to finish off this incredible first half.
Certainly thankful that it wasn't a 3. To be very honest with you, we botched our transition. We didn't get to their best three-point shooter down 3.
Cheryl Reeve, once the mastermind behind Team USA's basketball dominance, now faces a shocking reality. Her coaching decisions at the Olympics have left fans and experts calling for her dismissal. But is this the end of her journey, or just the beginning of a new chapter? The 2024 Paris Olympics were supposed to be a golden showcase for Team USA women's basketball. Instead, they became a nail-biting ordeal that left fans and analysts questioning everything. In a shocking turn of events, the powerhouse American squad barely scraped by with a 3-point victory in a game they were expected to dominate. This wasn't the Team USA we've come to expect. The usually smooth, well-oiled machine looked rusty and out of sync. Passes went astray, shots clanked off the rim, and the team's trademark confidence seemed to evaporate under the bright lights of Paris. At the center of this unexpected struggle was head coach Cheryl Reeve. Her decisions during crucial moments of the game raised eyebrows and ignited fierce debate. One choice in particular stood out as a glaring misstep that may have cost her dearly. In a puzzling move, Reeve opted to play Chelsea Gray, who was visibly struggling with an injury. Gray, normally a key player for Team USA, was clearly not at her best. She limped up and down the court, grimacing with each change of direction. Despite her obvious discomfort, Reeve kept her in the game for 13 crucial minutes. The results were disastrous. Gray failed to score a single point and turned the ball over 3 times. Each possession became a liability, and the opposing team capitalized on Gray's reduced mobility. Fans watched in disbelief as healthier players sat on the bench, their fresh legs and uninjured bodies seemingly forgotten by their coach. But Reeve's questionable decisions didn't end there. In a move that left many scratching their heads, she chose to bench Alyssa Thomas during critical moments when the team desperately needed offensive rebounds. Thomas, known for her tenacity and ability to snag crucial boards, watched from the sidelines as opponents outmuscled Team USA under the basket. The game hung in the balance and every possession mattered. Yet there was Thomas, one of the team's best rebounders, sitting on the bench.
That what you've been doing. And so we've got to very, very quickly replace, some things that you do for other teams.
And misses, and the United States are fouled here, and they will go to the foul line.
The crowd's frustration was palpable as easy second chance points slipped away, points that could have turned a nail-biter into a comfortable win. As the final buzzer sounded and Team USA escaped with a narrow victory, the questions began. Why play an injured Gray when other guards were available? Why keep Thomas, a rebounding machine, on the bench during crucial moments? These decisions didn't just puzzle fans, they infuriated them. Critics pounced on Reeve's rotations, arguing that her choices lacked coherent strategy. The team's performance, usually a symphony of skill and teamwork, had devolved into a cacophony of missed opportunities and questionable tactics. What was going on in Reeve's mind? Had the pressure of the Olympic stage rattled her usually steady nerves? The aftermath of the game was a whirlwind of speculation and criticism. Social media exploded, with armchair coaches offering their takes on what went wrong. Former players weighed in, questioning the wisdom of playing injured stars and benching key contributors. The once unassailable reputation of Cheryl Reeve was suddenly under siege. But as the dust settled and analysts dug deeper, a troubling realization began to emerge. This wasn't just about one game or a few bad decisions. The problems with Team USA ran much deeper than a single disappointing performance. As the dust settled on Team USA's shaky Olympic performance, a deeper, more troubling issue came to light. The controversy surrounding Cheryl Reeve's coaching decisions was just the tip of the iceberg. The real problem? It turns out the very foundation of Team USA's selection process was under scrutiny. Whispers turned into shouts as players, fans, and analysts began questioning how the team was chosen in the first place. The allegations were shocking. Personal relationships and past glory seemed to matter more than current form and merit. This wasn't just about one game or one tournament, it was about the entire system that built Team USA. Critics pointed to several players who made the cut despite lackluster recent performances. Meanwhile, rising stars tearing up the WNBA were left watching from home. The burning question on everyone's lips: was Team USA truly fielding its best possible lineup?
I had forgotten internationally the clock doesn't stop. on a made shot. So I thought we might have had still more time. We had to inbound the basketball.
And it's still not going, and the putback from Collier to finish off this incredible first half.
The selection process for Team USA stood in stark contrast to methods used by other countries. While America relied heavily on reputation and familiarity, competitors were taking a more ruthless approach. Countries like Australia and Spain implemented rigorous tryout systems, evaluating players based on recent form and specific skills needed for international play. These nations weren't afraid to make tough calls, often leaving established stars off the roster in favor of hungry up-and-comers who better fit their game plan. The results spoke for themselves, with these teams consistently punching above their weight on the international stage. Back in the USA, the old guard seemed resistant to change. The selection committee, long praised for building dominant teams, now faced accusations of complacency and favoritism. One critic didn't mince words, stating, "The common consensus here is the selection committee want to be friends with these players." This damning assessment highlighted the perceived nepotism that many felt was holding Team USA back. The calls for change grew louder with each passing day. Fans and analysts alike demanded a more transparent, competitive selection process. They argued that open tryouts and performance-based criteria would not only ensure the best team possible, but also motivate players to constantly improve their game. But change wouldn't come easy. The old guard in women's basketball, including some legendary players turned coaches and administrators, seemed reluctant to upset the status quo. They pointed to America's long history of dominance in the sport as proof that their system worked. Critics fired back, arguing that past success was no guarantee of future glory. The rest of the world was catching up, and fast. If Team USA didn't adapt, they risked falling behind in a sport they once dominated. The debate raged on social media, in sports bars, and even in the halls of USA basketball itself. Should loyalty and experience trump raw talent and current form? Was it time for a complete overhaul of the selection process? And most importantly, who should be making these crucial decisions? As the controversy swirled, a new sentiment began to take hold. Many started to view the old guard not as the guardians of USA basketball's legacy, but as potential roadblocks to its future success. The very people who had built women's basketball into a powerhouse were now being seen as holding it back. Young players, eager for their shot at Olympic glory, grew frustrated with a system that seemed to favor established names over emerging talent. Fans worried that Team USA might lose its edge on the international stage if it didn't embrace change soon. As the dust settles on Team USA's Olympic disappointment and the selection scandal, a new chapter in women's basketball is ready to unfold. The sport is evolving rapidly, with fresh faces and emerging talents poised to take center stage. Players like Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese are showcasing exceptional skills and a fierce competitive spirit that's capturing the attention of fans and analysts alike.
Certainly thankful that it wasn't a three. To be very honest with you, we botched our transition. We didn't get to their best three-point shooter down three.
One asking for it. Perfect.
These rising stars represent more than just individual talent. They symbolize a shift in the landscape of women's basketball. Their playing style, social media presence, and connection with younger fans are breathing new life into the sport. It's clear that the future of Team USA lies with this new generation of players who are hungry for success and ready to make their mark on the international stage. But embracing this new era isn't just about selecting younger players. It's about adopting a fresh approach to coaching and team management that aligns with the modern game. The potential benefits of such a shift are significant. A more dynamic, up-tempo style of play could catch opponents off guard and showcase the athletic abilities of America's best players. Embracing advanced analytics and innovative training methods could give Team USA a competitive edge in a world where the margin between victory and defeat is razor thin. Moreover, a transparent and merit-based selection process could reignite passion and competition among players vying for spots on the national team. This renewed sense of urgency and purpose could translate into more intense practices, stronger team chemistry, and ultimately, better performance when it matters most. However, change rarely comes without controversy, and the debate over Cheryl Reeve's future with Team USA is heating up. Those in favor of keeping Reeve point to her impressive track record, particularly her success with the Minnesota Lynx. They argue that her experience and proven ability to manage star players are invaluable assets that shouldn't be discarded lightly. Supporters contend that one disappointing tournament doesn't erase years of coaching excellence, and that Reeve deserves the chance to learn from recent mistakes and guide the team forward. On the other hand, critics argue that Reeve's recent decisions indicate a reluctance to adapt to the changing nature of the game. They suggest that her coaching style and player selections are too rooted in past successes and don't reflect the current state of women's basketball. These voices call for a clean break, not just from Reeve, but from the entire selection committee. They believe that only by starting fresh can Team USA truly embrace the future and maintain its dominance on the world stage. The arguments for and against firing Reeve and the selection committee are passionate and well-reasoned on both sides. It's a decision that will have far-reaching consequences for the future of USA basketball. Stick with the experienced hand that has guided the team to numerous victories, or take a leap of faith with a new coach who might better understand and utilize the talents of the next generation. As USA basketball grapples with this decision, they must also consider the bigger picture. The 2028 Olympics in Los Angeles loom large on the horizon. This home court showcase could be the perfect stage for a rejuvenated Team USA to reassert its dominance and inspire a new generation of players and fans. But achieving that goal may require tough decisions and a willingness to embrace change, even if it means parting ways with respected figures in the sport.